Hello, Muster0063 back for part 10 of I Want to Find My Destiny. And today I'm going to be going through stage 10, or as much of it as I can do anyway. Like I said, I am not expecting for a single moment that stage 10 will be one video. It's way too difficult for that. And stage 10 is kind of split into lots of different parts. So the first half, bugger, that was not good. First half is pretty much split into these little kind of mini gauntlets. So you'll get kind of I am royally screwed here. That was just not fair. The locations where they kept coming out of the ground was just completely unfair. Right on top of me like every bloody time, so I had no chance whatsoever to build up any kind of killing spree. But yeah, basically you get confined into a tight area. I mean, admittedly, as much that area is kind of lots of space to move around in. But yeah, these kind of lightning barriers come in, and you've basically got to either avoid stuff like here, or kill things, or survive. I think like a mini boss or something. So yeah, we're going to have lots of these kind of just little gauntlets, if you will, kind of to break up the stage. And this one is quite easy, as you just saw. They're not all that easy, definitely not. But yeah, this is effectively how how the first bit of stage 10 is going to go. So this one, we've got a whole bunch of these knights that we need to kill, and they keep shooting these axes, or whatever the hell they are. And they can be really annoying, because at a certain point in time, they become so many on screen that it's almost impossible to dodge. How did I survive that long for there? But yeah, you kind of feel like on this one, or at least I do anyway, that I just don't quite have enough time to take all of them out really quickly, because I'm having to like jump over them to take out or to avoid these axes. I've actually done bloody good here. But also here, like there's two of them coming out at once, and it becomes a kind of when do you get the time to really kill them? But keep pummeling away, eventually they'll go down. That still wasn't too bad. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of these gauntlets, so yeah, I think that's the third one, so I don't think there's going to be, only a few. There are a lot of them. And here we've got some kind of Medusa head thing. Pretty straightforward one, if that's it. Yep. I say, some of them are pretty easy, some of them are can be rather irritating. Here we've clearly got some spinning shuriken thing. I think I was a little bit unlucky there with the... I'm getting a little bit unlucky here, I think, at least anyway, with the location these things are coming out of the ground. But yeah, very, very unlucky, I might say, at the moment. Unless it's like set in stone. No, it's not. Or that they deliberately come under where you're supposed to be. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm not doing... Maybe that's where I'm kind of coming a cropper here. But yeah. Yeah, it looks like it might be. So you might have to kind of move left and right here a little bit, kind of bobbing and weaving back and forth to try and avoid the spinning blades. But I don't think this goes on for that long. So yep, good. Yeah, it's not again. I don't think any of them are too bad, but some of you will like certain ones, some of you won't like certain ones. So yeah. Funnily enough, I tend to probably prefer the ones where I'm actually like having to just pure avoid stuff rather than like hit stuff as well. That was bad. But yeah, each to their own. And that's kind of surprising actually, because normally in bosses I would much rather have something to kind of like hit at, shoot at, rather than just annoying bullet hell constantly. And again, this isn't like bullet hell, I suppose, but still. Yeah, I made a bit of a mess of this last time. I don't quite know what I was playing at. No, another pretty simple one. Just keep kind of circling, and yeah, you should be fine. Now we have a boss that we actually need to take out. I think it's pretty straightforward. If this is all he does, it's going to be pretty straightforward. Not if I mistime my jump and get hit to the ground wave, but yeah, still. If this is all he does, then I think from memory this is pretty much all he does. They do come from different directions as well, so but generally, and of course the wave will sometimes be will kind of rise up from the ground at a time where perhaps you wouldn't necessarily want to be in the air to jump and hit him. So do watch out for that. But I don't think this is too terribly bad at all. It's probably possible to jump up and hit him like twice per cycle that he kind of comes down, but don't seem to have much luck with that at the moment. But anyway, there do seem to be the odd moment where the way, getting between these things, it becomes really quite narrow. But yeah, I don't know if that's again just me kind of going into areas where I perhaps shouldn't be. Seems like it's a bit more lean on the I don't know, left-hand side there, I was going to say, but oh, I keep missing my bloody shots. One more though, I think. So no, still need one more. Gotcha. Right, I've kind of lost count of how many gauntlets that is, but yeah. Don't think it's because now we've got to a screen where there aren't any gauntlets that we're not going to have any more. Yeah, there are still more to come. Oh, I need to kill you, don't I? There. Yeah, so here we've got some, wow, fish type thing that rise up from the bottom. You kind of want to try and lure them, so if you... so that you can kind of get underneath their shots, and that was dreadful. So yeah, avoid these ones, kind of stand away from them, and then ideally probably try and move toward the fish thing while you're kind of shooting. And yeah, should have luck. Yeah, should have a bit of luck if you do it that way. Again, there's probably lots of different ways you could do things. So yeah. Here we're basically just going to have a sword fest. They will speed up, and we'll get more of them over time. That was almost a really good save, but not quite. Not quite sure I've got a particular strategy for this, really, other than just kind of like paying attention to where they are and maybe not trying to linger in the air too long, because if you're in... Well, that was just stupid beyond belief, that I just sat there and allowed 3 swords to come at me. Yeah, the less time you're in the air, then... the more control you've got, just basically, generally, I would say, in terms of, not having to kind of feel like you're going to have to land somewhere. But again, that doesn't go on for very long, so, yeah. Pretty straightforward. I think we're approaching somewhat the end of these trials, whatever you want to call them. This is probably one of the more difficult ones, from memory. Trying to find safe spots to get out of the way of these bloody lava. And you do have to hit him as well, which I failed to do there. So that's bad on my part. I think actually once you get past the first bit, funnily enough, where it seems, I don't want to say random in terms of where all these flames go, but from now on, he's pretty much doing the exact same thing, so it's reasonably predictable from this point on. So yeah, if you can get the first bit sorted and get him into that kind of phase where he starts dropping down, then yeah, that seems okay. Nope, I forgot that we still have more. Skull head thing. Basically, we have to shoot the little skull heads that are going to be fired out. So I was not paying attention to that bloody bat. Not at all. Pay attention what's happening on screen, Jesus. But yeah, anyway, right, so there's a bat. I don't actually think you can kill those. I will try, just in case I've misremembered that, but pretty sure you just have to try and avoid them. But there are 5 skull heads we're going to have to... No, you can't kill them. You can't kill the bat, so it's going to be avoid those as well. I mean, they're fairly slow moving, so they're not that obnoxious, but yeah, he seems to like, do an extra attack each time. So, say one time we've got the bat, now we've got this little shot that he's shooting. That was dumb. I thought I could go under the bat there. He's shooting a sphere at the ground, which is then creating a kind of a spread bullet pattern. So we've got to watch out for that. Provided you're not in the centre, I'd say that's reasonably straightforward to avoid. But of course, sometimes you're probably going to end up being close to the centre just to avoid, the bat or the shots or something else. But we only have to do 5. This one actually has a health bar at the top there, you can see 5 from, And the last two actually come out in tandem as well, so they'll each come out on a different side, but yeah, you only really have to, I guess, survive 4 waves of what's going on here. Incredibly risky, incredibly dumb, probably. So was that. Arrgh. Must admit, I'm not sure what a ideal strategy is for this one. I tend to just kind of, like you're probably noticing already, that I'm just kind of more or less just going wherever the hell I like. Wherever the hell looks like it's a safe spot at that point in time. I obviously could try and come up with some kind of something or other that I move a certain way at a certain time each time, but you know, at the moment I'm more just kind of like trying to basically just avoid what's going on the screen. I've got that bat. Oh, sorry, I've got that skull head. Unfortunately, I missed the other one. Good thing is, once you kill the last one, everything seems to immediately disappear. So yeah, I think we're done finally with the first phase of stage 10. Into the castle, or wherever the hell we're going. Yes, excellent. Right, well, I'll certainly progress on because that didn't take that long. So yeah, we'll certainly continue to make some progress. Blast, that was incredibly good for a first go without really being able to familiarise myself with what was going on here. But yeah, I think from memory, I think this is kind of split into 3. So yeah, we'll just kind of, I guess, we'll just jump straight into a spike ball for no apparent reason whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just progress and see how far many phases I can get through in a reasonable amount of time. Let's go after that, shall we? Good. And the top bit really should be no problem. Okay. Nice little fun area here. If I just kind of idle along here, you can kind of maybe see what's going on. I have to hit these switches every time I step on a platform, then a spike kind of raises up. So it's not a gimmick where, like perhaps in some other games, where you absolutely have to land on every platform. I might just do that just anyway, as part of naturally going through, or if I'm going to screw up like that, maybe I won't. So yeah, I'm not going to really be all that. I'm probably screwed up there as well by going so gung-ho, but yeah, probably not going to be maybe so finessed for later ones, but yeah, you can. The idea obviously being, be careful where you're jumping, careful where you're manoeuvring. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. Avoid putting yourself into an impossible situation where you block a path back by running continuously along the floor. I don't know what the hell's going on there. I can't really not do that first either. So. Yeah, so no, don't quite know what's happening there. Why I'm screwing that up. Or that, or any of this really now. I think you probably definitely want to start at the top and work your way down. It would certainly be... Oh, that's dreadful on my part, because now I can't get out of there. Lovely. I thought this area would be fun. How wrong I was. I haven't even got, like, down to... Oh my god, no. What am I doing? No, this is stuffed again now. Because I can't now... In fact, I'm just going to restart that because, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Having a bit of a nightmare. Oh, and the first phase went so well. This screen is terrible. My strategy is obviously just absolutely awful at the moment. Nope, screwed that up again. Holy hell. I mean, it's reasonably obvious that you shouldn't screw yourself over to the point whereby you block off a path back. But yeah, this is good. In fact, I'm going to do this the opposite way then. Fine. Since I seem to be having a hell of a trouble. In fact, I'm still going to have to jump over this these bloody spikes down here. Although didn't seem to have a problem with it that time. Okay, so that's all the switches, I think. But yeah, then I failed to get out because I hung around for far too long. Yeah. Oh, and I've screwed that up again. Yep, that's impossible now. What am I doing on this screen? Concentrate. Stop mucking up. In fact, wow. I was going to try and go a different way, but you know what? I ended up having to change course there because I missed the jump that I wanted to. And don't panic on that last little bit like I did before. Right, so as soon as I think I've screwed this up again, you know. Well, I've definitely screwed it up if I'm going to do that. Oh, Lord of Lords. Oh, my God. I need to not jump on that one. Well, I need to do... There's a whole bunch of things I need to not do, but this is getting a bit silly. This is not a difficult screen. Well, I certainly don't think it is. It shouldn't be causing anywhere near these amount of problems. In fact, I'm going to do something very slightly different this time. I'm not going to jump on a certain platform because that will make this bit far easier. And now we can get out. Oh my God, making that 100 times more difficult than it needs to be. Jesus Christ. Right. Moving on. Hopefully no other screen gives me that long out of trouble. That was silly. Saw blade level. Reasonably obvious where you're going to have to move. I don't know why on earth I didn't double jump over that. But, yeah, there's tons of area to land. I have no idea why I didn't double jump that. Answers on a postcard. Oh boy, I was so happy with how the first little area went. Not to say that the rest of this, of like what I would call phase 2 of this area is going to be terrible, but holy hell, that one screen was just an absolute nightmare. And now we have the platform track area, and me completely failing to notice a giant saw blade right in the middle of the screen. It's pretty obvious where where this platform's going to go. Follow the track round. It won't do anything particular, like speed up or try and catch you out. As far as I remember, there are no traps or triggers or anything like that. So just be on. What? What happened there? Seriously, was there a trap? Was there a trigger or something, or did I end up in the wall? What on earth did I die to? I will be super interested to watch that back to find out what the hell happened. Got me completely flustered now as well. Just mistiming everything. Probably that other screen, to be honest, but... I do like the variety, I must admit, in this final area. There's lots of kind of I guess new stuff where we're not seeing repeats of old gimmicks and whatnot. I can only assume what happened there was somehow that the wall I ended up going in the wall or something. I have no idea otherwise why I died there. That seemed a bit silly, but anyway. Yeah, I do like the variety. This is a very fun screen actually. You can see the kind of the tilting depending on which direction you or which direction you go in. Most of them kind of completely new gimmicks as well, so we're not rehashing stuff that we've seen in previous levels. Really, for the most part, fun kind of gimmicks. And yeah, I do like this area quite a bit. That whole thing was made a hell of a lot easier by knowing exactly where I'm supposed to be going. But yeah, and be careful on that last little bit. That's a little bit of a mean kind of a jump that you potentially have to go through after going through that little area. But yeah, well, not so bad. I'm going to reset this and start off because I've got a feeling that having a running start for the opening here is going to be a big help. I can get a bit further along and I don't have to do this quite so much. There. There we... No, we don't go there. Oh, that was terrible as well. Basically, they kind of shoot, alternating, so, wow. One time they'll be the top two, one time they'll be the bottom. The top and the bottom. One time they'll be the middle two. So yeah, just pay attention to you know, which set is going to fire and move accordingly. I'm also going to reset this because I think this is going to be I'm going to reset that and save there. So I'm not. I'm not going to pay. Apparently, I'm not going to save. Now I'm going to do it. Hopefully, this should be a bit better now that I'm kind of like a bit more set off quicker. Indeed, it is. Good. Okay, right. Starting to pick up after that dreadful spike platform area. But this section might take a while. This is going to be needing to just muck around for a little bit, I imagine, with the switches, because I cannot remember what order I need to switch them in or anything like that. Basically, you've got 3 switches over there. You can see, oh sorry, 3 gates right over there on the far right hand side. There's also a gate up there on the you know, kind of in the middle left that we're also going to have to get through. But what we need to do is we need to change the height of all the water around in order to progress through. So at the moment, that looks like a good set. Yeah, it's basically just, I wouldn't want to say trial and error by just kind of like continually going back and forth, you know, resetting these levers to raise the water and whatnot. But yeah, sometimes there'll be switches we can get, sometimes there won't be, so we just have to kind of keep going back and forth. And now that I've got that switch down at the bottom right corner, I can now get through here. So now the water can be higher up. The first sort of floods area can be higher up, and now I can get through. So that will be a big help. So at the moment I need to get, in fact I can get the switch up there at the top right now with the water set like that. So let's go after that one. Since this block is the highest it could be. So that's 3 switches done, 3 gates out of the way. 1 left. So now all I need to do is get... that's no good, unfortunately. That's no good either, unfortunately, because I can't get up to the area in the first place. So yeah, now I'm just kind of mucking around, manipulating. That will do. Yeah, that looks good to me. Yeah, manipulating the water such that they're at set at different heights, and that yeah, I can drop down and now get in this area to get this final gate. Please, let's hope I don't muck up on the way out, or getting out. Of course, at the moment there's a passage blocking my way out, so I just need to reset all the switches again. That looks good to me. That went by quicker than I thought it was. Usually, you know, can be a pain in the neck here, just kind of getting all the knowing which switches to flick when in order to get through. But no, that went by reasonably quickly, provided I don't do something colossally stupid at the end. Okay. This should look reasonably familiar to most people, or at least the gimmick idea anyway. So you jump, and in this case, spears retract and protrude. I do always kind of like these ones. They are, just some of them are kind of can be kind of tricky, but no, I always just feel like there's something kind of rewarding to getting through these kind of sections. Okay, so here start off with a double jump. And you need to land, and you need to do a pretty far one as well, because you're going to need to land over those spikes. Here you want to get right over to the far right in order to double jump over the ones that kind of come down to the ceiling. After that, you just want to kind of double jump through the little area just below you to the left. This one, I'm kind of like just practicing a little bit here so I can see what's kind of going on. I don't want to do that. Wow, I needed the thing set completely in the opposite pattern before I set off there. That was bad. Yeah, anyway, this one you want to, if you need to get the single jump over the spikes where I'm at. I can't really jump now, otherwise I'll get screwed. But above my head and to the left here, you need to get the single jump over that far, so the ones from the ceiling don't kind of stuff you up. Right, so I need this set completely differently, like that. And then I also need to be aware that there are spikes still hanging off of the edge of the ledge. There we go. didn't get far enough to clear the bloody set of spears. Wonderful. But I think we're kind of we're nearly kind of there now. It's just kind of like fine-tuning the last section of this top area. Blech. Doesn't mean I'm not going to screw up horribly. Really? Okay. It's surprising I wasn't apparently far enough over there, but oh well. Okay, that's slightly more deceptive than I gave that credit for. I wonder whether... No, not really, no. Oh, I'm so conscious now on that final jump as well that I need to get quite a bit way over to the left. That that time I just jumped straight into the spikes straight off the bat, which is not good. Yeah, this has caused a few more problems than I thought it would do, must admit. I pressed right. I so pressed right there. Oh, really? That hits me? Seriously? Seems something slightly weird about the hitbox detection here then. Oh, seriously? Maybe I should reset that last bit so that the pattern is the other way, the speed are the other way round before I'm trying to make the jump. It doesn't quite seem like I'm having a lot of luck the other way at the moment. Oh! What? I'm so pressing right! I am so pressing the right button. It's not even funny. He's just the kid's absolutely dropping like a stone and just not moving. So let's reset them? No, because I'm going to be jumping straight into one. I can't immediately see how you do that. That's bamboozling me at the moment. Because, yeah, that's going to happen if I try to be cute about it. That was obviously jumping way too high. Believe me, the second half I think is easier than the first. It better be, because this is, yeah, this is holding me up. Again, I'm pressing right. I'm absolutely pressing right. I absolutely guarantee you. Why would I not? And again, that... Can't immediately see what I'm doing wrong there. I mean, at least I'm getting there quite frequently, or at least to this point in time. But there we go. Right. Okay. Jeez, that took way longer than I would have liked. Right. So for these ones, you want to be in the middle. Otherwise, the spears are going to come, come from either side, and you'll likely get shish kebab. So yeah, you do need to be in the middle for them. But yeah. Oh, I didn't double jump there. Bleh. Yeah, well, here's hoping that the second half of this bit goes easier as well. This jump here is a little bit tricky because those spikes protruding out there, you're going to have to clear as well. But obviously, you can't be like really close up to the edge. Wow, that was dreadful. Like the left-hand edge here, or the spears will just completely skewer you. You've got to be somewhat in the middle. So, well, yeah, a bit like that. I was trying to pinch corners there. Didn't work. So, yeah, that's a bit of a longer jump than perhaps otherwise would like it to be. No. And now I've got to work out how I need the things set for that kind of last bit. You're going to want to almost kind of double jump almost, I wouldn't say immediately after a single jump, but I think that's kind of the idea. I'm just trying to think how I need them to be set. I don't want them set like that. I definitely want them set like that. Yeah, something along those lines. I think I might have that completely wrong though, just from looking at that. I think I do. Pretty sure I'm going to need it like that. I'm just going to have to do a bit better with that second jump. For as much as I said I like this gimmick, I will be glad when we get the hell out of this screen. And again, no. It can't, to my eyes, be set the other way, or I'm just going to jump straight into a spear right off the bat. Don't see how that could possibly work. That's a bit more like it, although I was still just a little bit too, I think, soon with that double jump. There we very, very, very nearly go. Got it now. Right, good. And got that bit first time as well. Holy crap, right, good. Moving on to the spike chain area. Fairly straightforward, just time your movements appropriately to when the spike chain is swinging back and forward. This bit's a little bit, wow, that was terrible. That second one's a little bit tricky because you haven't got really any solid ground to stand on while having to get through, so you're going to have to kind of go through while or in mid-air. So this bit's a little bit tricky. Just didn't quite jump far enough. But fortunately there is a save point, in the middle of the screen, so that's a big help. I don't think the top bit, funnily enough, is all that bad, but still. Not going to moan about the extra save. Yeah, that's reasonably straightforward, isn't it? Looks like we might be coming to a kind of a final kind of thing, but no, not quite. We now have an outdoor area where, whoa, we have, there, the wind blowing. So yeah, it is on and off, continuing blowing us back to the left. So sometimes we're going to want to muck around on platforms, just kind of getting our bearings and waiting for the wind to go away. Sometimes we're going to need to use the wind. In fact, I'm going to hang around here for a moment and not try and rush that this time. Sometimes we're going to need to use the wind to our advantage, particularly on this screen. But yeah, most of the time you're probably going to want to avoid it. And I'm going to quickly try and make it way to this platform because that gives me much more lee room on this bit to muck around with two platforms than on one. Yeah, trying to muck around, like that on one platform was a bit more of a pain. Okay, can't quite remember this one or what the order in which you have to do it. I want to listen out for something here actually. Okay, I didn't hear a ghost noise, so and I just died. In fact, let me try and go through the middle. I think there'll be a boo noise now. Yeah, so that's wrong. So basically, I think this is just to get through the three different paths, and you have to do it in a particular order. I think, given the fact that I didn't get the boo noise, meant that I chose correctly on the top. And I think it's probably quite likely that the next one's not going to be the middle, so I'm going to go to the bottom one. Good, no noise, and now hopefully I'm going to get through the middle one, and that will be it. Yep, good. Okay, so yeah, top, bottom, middle, and you'll get through that fine. Again, I'm not sure if you can see the little text box that came up here, but use right mouse button to move blocks. You must be near control panel. So I'm on the control panel here, so basically kind of like a little block puzzle. So what we kind of want to do here is just rearrange the blocks to create a path through the level. Sometimes it can be a bit. Sometimes it can be nice and easy. Sometimes it just depends on a few things. But yeah, could be here for a little while, just kind of like mucking around here. But yeah, Not quite sure exactly the order in which the blocks need to go. So, yeah, this could be kind of a thing where we're here for a little while. That's kind of okay. That's also okay, but this won't be. So let's see if we can not rearrange this a bit better. I don't actually know whether there's a very easy way to do this right from the start that would allow me to get through. So obviously here I'm taking a lot of time over this, but yeah, I'm not sure whether there's actually. I don't know if I reset it. Yeah, I think that's way too long. Oops, I need to be on the control panel. Blur. I mean, obviously I could. I don't know why I did that as well. I could like spend time actually working this out as well, but I'm pretty sure that if you just set the blocks in a particular right from the start, that things should actually kind of work out. But easier said than done. In fact, that looks pretty good. If I get that block completely out of the way, yeah. Again, I'm sure there's loads of different ways you could do that, but yeah. I think resetting was a good idea there, because I'm pretty sure you could get it reasonably quickly from the off. Okay, and that is 2/3 of it done. This might well be a long video, but hey, we're going to have quite... I reckon it's probably worth carrying on and getting through the end of the level bit. So yeah, this is what I would dub the third of it. So we'll just kind of progress here and just see how this goes. Well, if I keep screwing this jump up and not getting it, then maybe we will take a break, because wow. Here's hoping I get to a next save, because yeah, I don't want to do that jump again. And good, yeah. So this is the clearly what looks like a tower area of the game, and yeah, awesome music, nice little section. Yeah, what's not to like about this area? Probably most things. I wouldn't say the difficulty again is any greater than anything else we've had in stage 10, but yeah, again, it might very well depend on what mechanics you like and what you don't. So yeah, I am clearly having a bit of a nightmare at the moment, but yeah, hopefully that subsides. Ah, so close, but I think I've at least now got the pattern for when I should be moving and which blocks I should be moving toward. Yeah, fine. Oh, I've lost my double jump. Wonderful. But yeah, now I've got which blocks to use, then we should be okay. We should be okay. Maybe not, though. That's not very good either. This area, I think, probably does reuse a lot of you know, the stuff that we've had from earlier in the game. I don't know why I'm rushing that last little section. So, I mean, just things like these, you know, these kind of platforms on conveyor belts. Why am I rushing the last section? Later on, we're going to see vines. We're going to see electric traps. So, I think some of them are being used in different ways, but still. Feels like it's this bit probably more so than any other is kind of like a, you know, somewhat of a mashup of wow, of what's gone before. And I am not doing myself justice on this section. And I lost my double jump again. Terrific. I am extremely relieved to see that there is a save immediately after this, because yeah, I don't want to be doing too much else after this. Thank you! Holy hell, another section that took way too flipping long. Right, here we have a kind of a spike thing on a weight, and we need to really rush this. I don't think I've taken too long there. Indeed I have, because there was no way I would have got the final jump out of there in time. So, and you can't just walk off the damn thing either. So, yeah, that's also a bit not very helpful. But yeah, we need to rush this section. There's a spike kind of gate up there that you can clearly see, or hopefully you can see. And we're going to need to get through it very, very quickly in order to make a jump at the end. Yeah, don't dilly-dally on this at all. Of course, that does make things a lot harder, because I'm having to make jumps, you know, a lot quicker without having time to like ready myself. But yeah, none of them are that bad again still. So yeah. You can kind of maybe see the problem with that spike hanging off the edge of the right-hand edge there, with the area where the spike crusher is coming down in the sense that I've got to really make an elongated jump here. But yeah, that worked out reasonably well. So yeah, not too bad. Now we have the wall climbing mechanic. And again, still one of the better wall jumping mechanics. Well, certainly I feel in the than in other games. It does seem to just work. It seems to work the majority of the time. I know I was super excited when I seemed to crack the wall jumping in I Want to Be the Sublime, but yeah, I still do feel that this one, just for whatever reason, does feel quite fluid. Gotcha. Don't screw up that. Good. Right. More platform conveyor belts. This time we're going up. And then we're going down. And then rather unfortunately we have a... Oh, actually no, there's a save there, so that's good. I'm going to say unfortunately we might have a giant double jump replenisher section before we got anywhere else, but no, the save there is much appreciated. And yeah, this double jump area is actually pretty fine, as you just saw. No problem really whatsoever with that. And here, I guess they're probably chains really rather than vines, aren't they? But still, the idea, the same rough mechanic from the whoops, that was absolutely appalling. From stage 5, that was also appalling. Going for the wrong chain. I keep falling off the damn things as well. That's just so typical. After I said, in stage 5 that I don't seem to like fall off them all that much. It's just absolutely typical. Now I seem to not be able to grab them at all, which is even more interesting. But yeah. Why did I fall off that? No real reason I can think of at all. Yeah, I'm really starting to wish I hadn't said that. Because I keep falling off the damn things now. I swear I don't recall this happening that often before. You've got me, again, so nervous now that I feel like I'm having to make more... absolute precise. That was so dumb. It doesn't even. I don't even want to dwell on it. But I kind of feel like I need to make I don't know, more perfect jumps. I know the phrase "more perfect" doesn't really make much sense, but you get the point of what I'm trying to say. More accurate than perhaps they otherwise need to be. But Jesus, right. Anyway. Next little bit, and again, apologies if you can't see the message. It says press shoot button to switch electricity. So this is a fun little area where you have to, and again, I'm hoping that I've kind of remembered roughly where I need to go and when I need to shoot in order to progress. But yeah, this is kind of whoops, bad. Having to kind of manipulate, or keep your eye on two things at once, really. And yeah. Task maintenance, something I'm not necessarily always all that good at. Having to multitask. I sincerely hope I'm going the right way. I seem to have a huge problem at the moment getting up to the second ledge, which is not good at all. Right, that's better. Damn it! Got that wrong. And again, funnily enough, I do think maybe the opening is just, for whatever reason, again, just feels like that's so bad it's untrue. Feels like almost the most awkward bit. That bloody one there, I just don't seem to be able to like hit the jump button in time before doing it. Very, very frustrating. And I need to actually remember to bloody shoot when I was at that near the end bit there. So here you have to shoot 3 times, and I still mucked it up, but yeah. There's always, I find, something a little bit different, you know, hard to get around in my head, where I have to shoot, so let's just practice this, have to, like, shoot more than, like, without, not in rhythm with the jump, but yeah, it always just seems to be a little bit of a thing, but yeah. Anyway, here we are at what I believe, from memory, to be the final area, so basically we just have one giant scrolling section to do, and you better set off pretty quickly, because otherwise you will immediately kind of get screwed over by that. That's dreadful. A platform, yeah, catching you on there. So yeah, make sure you save close to the save point, and then yeah, move off quickly, and hope that you don't screw up the wall jumping sections. I must admit, when I know I've got to like do the wall jumping sections really quickly, I do tend to panic, but yeah. I think there is a save point up there, so we should hopefully get to it. A checkpoint! Wonderful. It also goes without saying that you need to be very quick on this section, because this bit here is incredibly close. And that's just wonderful. I really, really wanted to die like that. But yeah, those underhanging spikes are, you know, you have to really motor in order to get through there quickly. In order to not get crushed on those. I do think the beginning could stand to be not quite so, like, have to move off on, like, the bloody literally the nanosecond that you start the attempt off, because it just feels like it's just, yeah, didn't need to be that kind of quick, or needing to be that that setting off that early. But anyway, made it to the save point, so now I'm happy. Right, reset that now, and hopefully things will go a bit better this time. You know what? I'm going to dive over here, because I think that's going to probably help me. Yeah. This bit's reasonably straightforward. This bit not so much. Trying to remember where the hell I need to stand here. Half of this is just going to be pure reacting to what the hell's going on screen. If I get through... Oh, that was really pretty good, actually, for a first go, without being able to kind of, you know, instantly re-familiarise myself with it. That was pretty good. Couldn't really ask for much more. Bet you my second go I don't get anywhere near that height. Maybe not nowhere near, but it certainly wasn't as high. I think I might actually go left rather than right for that little area. So I'll go right initially, but I'll go kind of left back for the second part of it. It just seemed to be maybe a little bit better. Yeah. Yep, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. Careful there. Careful to follow the this thing through, and pay attention. Oh my God! I was paying when I was saying that, I was paying far too much attention to the area just above me. There are 3 paths you could take. 2 of them are blocked off. So yeah, and it's probably not too unsurprising that it's the middle path that you have to take. But yeah, the area to the right is blocked off, and the area to the left is blocked off. Normally they would be the easier ones to go through, clearly, but because there's not quite so much to have to dodge. But obviously, since the paths are completely blocked off, I cannot go those ways. So we're going to have to do the tricky bit in the middle. And this time we're going to pay far more attention to, yeah, the spike chain going back and forth. There we go. Okay, is there a save point, or do we go straight to a boss? I'm not too sure. No, there is a save point. Yay. Oh yes, I'm going to get an extra item as well. Again, apologies if you can't see it. The end is near. Take this holy water. It will help you. So I acquire holy water. Yay. But yeah, I think this video has gone long enough. I'm actually pretty okay with it stopping here. Having got through the entirety of the level bit of stage 10 in one video is not too bad. It's about 50 minutes. I'd have probably taken that at the start. There's a few screens there that were a bit ropey, particularly in the second third of the level. But yeah, can't really complain. I got to the final boss area in fewer than 1,000 deaths. That's also pretty good. So, or for me anyway. So yeah, I shall leave it there, and hopefully I can take out the final boss, all phases, in one last video, and I don't have to drag this out over anymore. But yeah, I shall do that next time. So, hope to see you next time for the final boss. Until then, cheerio.